It's part 3 of our in-person study series from User Testing. I'm going to talk to you this week about the steps that you need to add into your test plan when you are creating an in-person study. The first week we talked about our templates. The second week we talked about recruiting, and now it's all about the test itself. Now, I kid you not, this morning I was in the supermarket, I was walking up the aisle, and I happened to see a woman, and she was taking pictures of products on the shelves. I said, excuse me, do you work for ShopRite or do you work for the brand? And she said, oh no, I'm actually a vendor and I work for, for the food company, the food manufacturer. There's no reason to be contracting vendors to go out and take pictures. You should just use real customers who shop at these places to go out and give you their perspective on what the displays look like. A professional is never going to give you the same kind of feedback as a real person. And in this case, she was actually adjusting the display, making it look all neat, stuff that the employee should have been doing at the store, but she was doing it before she took the pictures and send them back to the brand. I won't say what brand it was because as much as I want to compete with this woman, I don't want her to lose her job. Anyways, let's get into a study. I'm going to show you a replica of that Amazon study that I talked about. I think it was last week, maybe the week before, but I'm going to show you a replica and show you some of the nuance when you're building your tasks into the test plan. Here we go. Just a reminder, if you're a fan of this content, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, leave a comment. You'll never miss something new. And now back to the video. Now, this is sort of a unique experience. People might not be used to doing in-person studies, so there's a couple of factors that you want to make clear in the scenario. And you can go ahead and read the scenario. If you're going to pause this, just read the scenario that I wrote. But the things that you need to make sure are, one, they should now be starting the test when they're there. You see, it says you should actually be at the location. Don't start the test when you pass the screener. Otherwise, you're going to have very little time to get to the store, in this case, the Amazon store, because the test will time out. And the second is, we know it's going to be awkward. You're in a public place. You don't necessarily want to be talking out loud the way that I'm speaking right now. So you're going to feel the need to maybe whisper to your phone. But you have to make sure that you speak at least loud enough for your microphone to hear you. And then the third thing, and this is probably the most important thing of all, is refrain from filming any employees or other customers. With that out of the way, we're going to move down to our camera task. It says camera right here, and you access that by putting the camera task into your test plan. You just click it, and it'll go over there. It'll be empty. Now, the first task, I tell them exactly what I want them to do. Please complete the entry process to the store using the QR code from your Amazon app. I know what this process is going to be. I know that I want to capture the digital side of this first. So I want to see the person open up their app, get the QR code. So once that's out of the way, then I give them a second task. Please turn on your camera and show the things that make this supermarket different from a traditional supermarket. After they complete the first task, we have an option. We can ask some questions about it here, like verbal responses, multiple choice questions, rating scale about the things they've seen, or we can give them another task. In this case, I give them another task. I ask them, is there anything in the store that you think could be even better? Walk over to that area and with your camera on, show us a particular area while telling us what changes you'd like to see. Now, really quickly, I jumped over to another study that I already ran to show you that sometimes you need to plan for unpredictability. So in this case, this was a study that I ran with Chick-fil-A, and you can see it right over here. Now, I sent people into a Chick-fil-A because I wanted to test their ordering kiosks. But what happens if they don't have ordering kiosks? I will have sent someone to go do a user testing study, maybe 10 to 15 minutes away, and then they can't do the study, and they're going to be very unhappy with that. So what I do here is I offer a contingency that says, hey, if there is no kiosk, and only if there's no kiosk, go look at the menu, give me some feedback. Don't waste the visit. I want to make sure that their time is well spent. I get some feedback from the test, regardless of whether or not there is a kiosk. Even though I'm banking on there being a kiosk, there might just not be one. So we have an alternative task here given just in case. Now we're going to jump back over to the Amazon study. After we complete all the things that we want them to do on their camera, which are here contained inside the camera block of tasks, we can actually move on, like I said before, to some traditional questions about the experience. And something that I didn't do it here, but actually it's a good idea. If you do stick an extra task right in here, let's just say I'm going to just take this task, drag it in here, and then you can tell them, please move to another area. You don't need to have your camera on anymore. You can move to a quieter area of the store or a more private area so that you can give some final feedback with some extra questions. So it's a good tactic to send them off to be a little more private. Over the last 3 weeks, as I said at the beginning, we've gone over our new camera templates. They're listed as mobile camera templates if you're looking for them alphabetically. We went over recruiting for in-person testing, the nuances there. And now we've gone over the test build itself. If you're going to do this from scratch, the kinds of tasks you're going to do, the way you're going to describe them, the way you're going to do your scenario to make sure that people are comfortable and confident when they're doing the study. That's going to be it for now. Hopefully, you start doing a lot more in-person testing. You're not hiring mystery shoppers and people to go into your stores like I saw this morning. I promise you that was a real story that happened today. I want to see a lot more in-person testing. I want to be walking out and be in a store and see someone recording and talking to their phone and find out that it was for user testing. That's it for now. I'm Mike McDowell from the Solutions Consulting team here at UserTesting, and I'll be back again in 7 days with another user testing tip of the week.